Hello, you are all very welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, the Pony Play podcast. My name is Kylian Denchornock, and I am your host and guide as we explore this vast world of play, kink, and community. Well, this past weekend was the big event. The North American Pony Trainer Contest was held in Baltimore, Maryland, and we officially have the results of the contest. With me today to talk all things NAPTC is the showrunner and contestant wrangler and former title holder, Tindala. Welcome back to the podcast, Tinny. Have you recovered after yesterday's fun and excitement?
Mostly, only because I took the day off from work.
Oh, that's not fair. I had to go in today.
I woke up this morning when I finally woke up this morning after having leg cramps. Side note: remember to take your potassium and magnesium before you compete.
Or the Charlie horse I had last night was insane.
Or spend all day on your feet when you're not used to it. I woke up from them a couple of times, and so I was like, okay, it wasn't just dehydration because I was drinking water. It was the everything else. And so I was like, yeah, I probably should just take the day off. So I did.
Well, you have survived.
I have survived in that.
You're upright. I mean, you're reclining currently, but you're upright. So that's a thing. So because you were part of the structure of the contest, I think it's only right and fair that you tell us the results.
Oh, goodness.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Did not notate all of the extra ribbons and awards that were handed out. I will take the highlights of the from the obstacle course and the presentation. I guess it was the presentation. It was the freestyle presentation. So it was the performance to music part, which was open to other ponies to also compete in. The combined points for best in show went to Kiso, who was awarded a magnificently huge and gorgeous red, black, and white ribbon with rosettes, and they wore that proudly. And that ribbon was actually almost as big as Kiso.
It was huge.
Huge. I look forward to seeing more pictures of Kiso with that ribbon. And then the actual title contest, runner-up was you, Sir Kylian. And our actual North American pony is Freya, and North American trainer is Adelicia.
Long live the queens.
Long live the queens, who will be a joy to see, travel, and do what they can for pony play this coming year.
Absolutely. I am thrilled that they won. Could not have picked up. I mean, let's be honest. The entire contestant field.
The four of you were amazing. All four of you earned 80% of the points possible, which was, if there was a single entry, was the minimum qualifications to have earned the title. So all four of you were qualified. All four of you come from different points of view and are very well-spoken, composed, put together, outgoing, all the things you would want in somebody who is going to be traveling and going to places they've never been, to see people they don't know. And if you're uncomfortable in those situations, it's hard to be a title holder. So yes, I would have been thrilled as the grandmother to any of you.
That only means that you were 2 titles ago. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I know. Try not to think of it that way. But then old gray mare and all. So yeah, I would have been proud to have any of you as my Sash grandchild. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience. It was a really fun experience. And I mean, I remember I don't remember the obstacle course, but I know for the freestyle, I came in third, and then Pony Dega came in second.
From the DC herd.
Yep, and then
participated independently.
Yes, and then Kiso took it.
Yeah,
which totally understandable. That performance was beautiful.
Anyone
absolutely
who saw
amazing.
it, if they didn't see it the way I saw it, that's okay. My interpretation of it, based on her attire and her pony energy, was that of an Arabian mare who had been taken away from her herd and tied to the hitching post and basically trying to be tamed. And when she freed herself, it was a moment that I think the entire room felt, because everyone had different levels of tears of some kind, it seemed like, including Kiso. Because Kiso brought herself to tears in her performance. And afterwards I found her and had to give her the biggest of hugs, because it was just, chilling. It was beautiful.
Yeah. It was really good.
Now, your performance, Kylian.
What about my performance?
I am so proud that you did something true to yourself as a warhorse. I know you and I had kicked ideas around in the past of what you could do that wasn't dressage. And you ran with some ideas and you took them to a level I didn't expect when you pulled out the sword and speared one of your props. It in front of the photographer. Like, dang.
To quote, if I'd known you were going to stab it, I would not have been there. And I'm just sitting there going, I really hope you got a good picture of this. I really hope you got a good picture of it.
Yeah. Everyone enjoyed where you found that toy jousting staff. I have no idea. I've never seen it.
Amazon. It's on Amazon. It was like $20. It was like $20.
So yeah, anybody who's wanting to do pony play jousting, heads up. You don't have to do it with pool noodles anymore. There's plastic jousting staff out there.
Which also, like, the pool noodles out of season are so expensive.
They're impossible to find too.
Yeah, but no, $20, and it will break if it needs to. It won't hurt you, and it comes apart in 3 pieces. Like, best $20 I ever spent. Honestly, I was trying to pass it off to somebody that night. Just like, anybody want this? Because I don't want to take it.
I think we're all thinking it doesn't break down to ship, because none of us were realizing it probably unscrews or pops together.
It's in 3 pieces over here by the desk right now. Like, it just comes apart. It's great. No, I'm very glad to hear that.
And I hate to say it, because I had to step aside and take care of Kiso. I did not get to see Adelisa's and Freya's performance after they entered the arena. I knew I was needed in the other room, so I had to step away for that. So I do regret not seeing that.
I only saw the beginning of it, and I stepped out because I was dehydrated and needed to go get water.
And that's the one thing I could not stay on top of enough for you guys, because we did not have a water station for you.
Thankfully, Pet Emily, who was there supporting Freya and Adelicia as their kind of like wrangler, they were first off, I have never spent so much time with them. They are such a joy and a treat to be around. I
love Pet Emily. I refer to her as Miss Emily, because she's just so sweet.
She's so sweet. But she was over there dropping her card at the snack bar, buying water all day, making sure everyone was hydrated. Like, I had brought a little cooler with a bunch of stuff for me and my squire when he got there. But like, and just all the contestants were just like, Kiso's like, I've got this with me if anybody needs anything. Scarlett's like, I've got this. I had the Listerine
and the ponytail holders and stuff. Yeah, so I had repair kit, but I didn't.
Right. But like, we were all just like, we are here to support each other. We all have different things. So if you need something, one of us has it. Food wise, drink wise, whatever you need, we got it.
Absolutely.
Pet Emily was taking care of all of us. Like, it was such a perfect little corral in the next room. Just
It was, and the fact that you all had set up your separate Telegram chat to become friends and collaborate and conspire or whatever beforehand and just get to know each other, because I'm not going to say it's a once in a lifetime. I certainly hope um, other title events, not necessarily this one, but other title events might be worth exploring for all of you down the road. It doesn't always happen. So yeah, but contestant classes sometimes bond in a way that it uplifts the whole community, and that's what we need right now in the pony world. So yeah. It was that aspect of yesterday was something I wish I had in both of my runs, to be honest.
So. Yes. And I will honestly admit, like, after getting the results, I was a little, but I'm also sitting here going, I'm not mad at the other contestants that I got runner up and I didn't take the title. I'm not mad at anybody. And it's not that it's the contestants were the contestants.
Yeah.
If I need to be mad at anybody, or if I need to have like questionable feelings towards anybody, it's the judges.
Possibly, yeah.
If anything. So, and even like, and obviously not strong feelings at all.
Right.
But it's just like,
it's more of a, what did they see that you didn't realize you either failed to present or over-presented, or
right,
versus the others,
But, and that's all to say though, it's like, I'm thrilled that Freya and Adelicia have the title. Like, I would have been thrilled with anybody in that group to have gotten it. Like, it's just, we're friends, like, and we're here to support each other at this point. I promise I will not Tanya Harding Freya.
No, even though
they live 10 minutes from me, I promise that I'm not seeing them next week for a game night, and I'm not going to, take him out at the knee.
Yeah, because that's what comes with runner-up, is you, just like in the Miss America pageant, when they say, if the winner is unable to fill their responsibilities, the runner-up will step in. And that is part of that comes with your position right now as runner-up, is you are, the crown prince.
I'm still the pony prince, like, and I'm fine with that. Actually, the running joke in the contestant chat was, I'm doing competition prep as I take a picture of my screen, and it's Miss Congeniality, which I was literally watching as I was both times that I had untangled my tail in the last 2 weeks, once before MFF and once this week. I watched Miss Congeniality, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here going, it was fate. I'm Sandy Bullock. I won Miss Congeniality, and I came in second place. It was fate.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah. I can totally see that.
Call me Gracie Lou Freebush, like Miss New Jersey. Hello. All I have is sarcasm and a gun, but I don't have a gun. I have a spear, like, and a sword.
A real sword.
Yeah, that sword was metal. It's not sharp, but it was metal.
Yeah, it was metal. Yeah,
it was metal.
It had it has a future as a sharp sword if you ever had it honed. But anyway,
yes.
But yeah, and I too was a runner-up the first time I ran. When I ran with Miss Vaughn against Bixie, back in 2013. In hindsight, 60 days later, I'm enrolling to the University of Arizona to go back to school. So for me, that worked out better when I was runner-up. So it wasn't the right time for me, apparently. And, I didn't know at the time. But, hindsight, 2020, they say, with or without corrected lenses. And then the next time around, that contestant class, we were 2.5 point spread, and it was 4 teams of 2. We were all pony trainer teams. And it was cutthroat because we all wanted it so badly. And I would have been happy with any of them stepping forward. I mean, since then, even Rain, who were our runners up, have gone on, and I don't even know how many titles they've gone and taken. They've been very active in the leather community in the Southeast, and travel almost, I'm not going to say nonstop, but it feels like every time I turn around on FetLife, they're off doing something else. So yes, there is life after a contest. So yeah,
absolutely. I am. Yeah, and I think it was I think this competition definitely used to be much more cutthroat because it was there was less time between title holders, and between competitions.
yeah.
I think we're in the middle of a resurgence of pony play, in that it's starting to pick up again.
I believe so. I mean, we had a fairly large audience. Both.
You're welcome.
Yes, I am grateful of the fact that you brought in the local sashes, all the title holders in the area, and your vanilla friends.
I had 3 work friends and 2 college friends, and I'm just like, are you? One even got there at like 6 o'clock at the very end, and then she's like, I don't even care. I'm here for the awards. Let's see what happens. Like, she's like, I didn't see a damn thing. I'm just here to see who wins.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet of her. But we had, I mean, based on the seating that was originally set for the spoken presentation, we had to quickly wrangle some people to move chairs. So we had another 3 rows of seating, which is more than we've had from what I know, because I did not attend the last 2 due to school and health.
From what I overheard at the beginning, there were 97 reservations on Eventbrite.
Okay.
Now, that being said, I know a lot of those are purchases in order to just support
the event, right?
The event, which I really tried to push as well. I was just like, if you can't go, think about buying a ticket ahead of time, because that will go towards the travel fund, right?
Right. And so,
do we get a full tally on how much we raised for the travel fund through the auction?
Through the auction, the number I heard last night in the after dinner was about 2,600.
That's great.
And that's huge compared to the year I won. I think we had like 1,400 or 1,500. Now, mind you, that was 9 years ago. Totally different time, totally different place. And those baskets were a lot smaller. My God, all of your baskets and the extra stuff that was donated by like Mystic Storm and the judges, I think it was the other stuff. Jody and Liza. Well, Mystic Storm was also a judge. There was no basket that should have gone for less than 400. And I believe that actually happened. I don't think a basket went less for than 400. Somebody will chime in the comment section somewhere and say I'm wrong, but and that's possible because
did Kisos go for that much? I don't remember.
I think Kisos combined might have.
Oh, okay.
I think they ended up splitting Kisos up. I got caught because
you were busy trying to split my basket.
Trying to win part of your basket. I didn't want your whole basket. I just wanted part of your basket. And so when I opened the bidding, I knew I was going to get outbid immediately.
I didn't know. I didn't think Adelasia was going to bid. That threw me for a loop.
I didn't think I was going to get outbid that high. And so that's when I turned to her and said, I'll go in with you. This is what I've got. And then behind us, we got outbid again. And then that was Sasquatch. And Sasquatch came over and said, what part of the basket do you want? And I looked at him and said, the hood. Because Tromper had donated a gorgeous gray hood, and this gray mare wants it. And Sasquatch said, okay, let's talk. So I stepped aside, and so I switched teams and moved my funds over to Sasquatch's funds. And so, yeah, your basket went for $650. And then, and after that, I don't even know because, like I said, I got caught up in the negotiations on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what Sasquatch wanted so badly in that basket.
The Celtic-y stuff, all
The Celtic stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, he wanted the tile, he wanted the blanket, because that's what he ended up with when we divvied the basket up between the two of us.
Very nice.
And yeah, and I in a way I kind of set myself up as the guinea pig demo. Hey, you can do this example, because I knew we had a bunch of people there who were unfamiliar with this type of auction basket type thing and fundraising, and the fact that, yeah, these are big baskets. We're hoping to make big dollars out of them. And honestly, I personally know nobody who's got $600 set aside to just lay out for a basket. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I can't, mainly because I just had a car repair that I had to pay for.
Right, and I've just paid off my MFF hotel room, and I've got MagFest next week or next month. So
collaborate with somebody else. So like, okay, let's split this up afterwards. We'll figure it out. And so yeah, and that's what Sasquatch and I did afterwards when we were done helping tear down and pack up stuff.
I'm still shocked it went for that much, honestly. Like, I was almost like freaking out by the end, just going like, oh my gosh, $650 for this.
Do you have any idea what the value of your basket was?
I said estimated about $450. But I know the hood was $200, was what Trumper said, which honestly, it's worth way more than that.
Oh, we all agree. If he were to be selling his hoods, he could get $400 to $500 easily.
Mm-hmm. I think the donated items were probably about $300 worth, actually. So I think it actually almost went for value. I think I down set it to just try and get it moving.
And yeah, and that's the hard part with these things, because the travel fund needs to be replenished every year. Mm-hmm. When you have two people traveling, and as is the case going forward in 26, that's 2 plane tickets. If, hopefully they're going to share a hotel room because we're friendly and we all like each other. So that helps. If the event they go to doesn't comp them their registration, that's 2 registrations. The way the rules are written for this contract for the title holders, meals typically aren't included because you got to eat no matter where you are.
Makes sense.
So it's really just transportation and hotel. And if you end up having to rent a car on the other end because there's no hotel shuttle or something, that can be considered. But, hotel rates are $150 to $200 a pop, sometimes more depending on the city you're going to these days. Airfare cross country, they're on the East Coast. Events happen on the West Coast or Chicago. You're looking at $300 to $600 for coach.
Baggage fees.
They're if you're taking 2 suitcases, that's $75 each way. So yeah, so the travel fund is gone in the first trip for 2 people. Honestly.
Basically, yeah. And I mean,
there's an expectation to go to 4 or more events if possible, if I remember correctly.
I think it was 3.
Oh, she did cut it down a little. Okay.
Because I actually read the contract at one point.
Okay. Yeah, mine was 4 or 6.
But also just like how big of an event are we talking? Because like my first event would have been MAL immediately, right. Which is
they were events where you would either either titles or weekends type things. So when we predominantly did parades, because that was my thing. I loved parades. And And so we tied into parades, and then we also did a couple of other events. So we did an International Olympus Leather and uh, Behind Closed Doors in Tucson, something up in Phoenix, because that was sort of like home, but our home area wasn't very big on pony play, so it was outreach in our home area. But our parade cycle, we did Detroit, Denver, Oakland, San Diego. I know there was another one.
It's okay.
Yeah, Denver was a fun one because that was a 48-hour. No, it was a 26-hour round trip from Tucson to Denver and back. We drove in, got an hour's nap, did the parade, and then drove back.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
That's how you stretch your travel budget.
I believe it. Yeah. So they have a lot to look forward to next year, obviously.
Do. And I will give tips and tricks and help if they reach out.
Yeah. And we're going to check in with them in a couple of months and see how they're doing here.
Oh, that'd be great.
Be like, hey, it's been like 5 months. You alive? You good? So let's talk more about the day.
Sure.
So there were 4 components of judging. And there were a couple of events that weren't judging. So there was obviously, the interview, the one-on-one interview, where we got put in, quote, the meat locker, which was literally behind a massive sliding wall in what felt like it did feel like a meat locker. It felt like the back room of a...
It was. When that building, it was the ice room of a meat packing warehouse that's how the building was being used.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
Or so the story has been told to me again, because that's what makes sense.
So very appropriate that we were having a horse competition there. The only thing that would have been more appropriate would have been the DuPont glue factory in Delaware, which actually we should talk to them. I have an idea.
Okay. You and I need to have more of a conversation, because I've tried to figure out if I have any connections, and I actually don't. Not first and not second degree connections. So
this is what LinkedIn is good for. We'll find out.
Well, that is where I started with my check. So
yeah. I think that would be hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Even if just for a field trip. If we had planned it well enough in advance, I would have taken the competitors on Friday night to Medieval Times, because the one in Baltimore is like 20 minutes away from where we were competing.
Oh my God, I hadn't even thought about that. And we've talked about doing Medieval Times instead of our regular Sunday for the Crucible Herd,
which I still think we need to do. If I've learned anything, it is don't get input, just plan something, and they will show up.
As you demonstrated beautifully yesterday.
And the day before that, and last week at MFF, I've just realized, this is my power. This is my superpower. Yes. We are going to this place at this time. If you're not there, tough.
Yeah.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with having that. Now that I know I have that power, I'm okay with having it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because yesterday it was literally everyone just like started driving away. And I'm like, we haven't made plans for dinner. Screw it. Tinny, we're going here. I'm going to text the group chat. Yep. They can join us if they want. And so what started off as 2 people at a table for 8 ended up being 15? Just everyone's like, oh, that sounds great. We'll meet you there. We'll be right there. Okay, great.
The waitress was so overwhelmed because it was a Sunday night at closing. It's like, when does the kitchen close and when's last call, so we can tell the crew? And she's like, thank you.
Because it was literally, we got to the desk, the host table, and we're just like, it could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 8. We have no idea. Well, we've got tables of 8. Great, we'll take one.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden we started adding tables, and I heard a guy just walking by going, "You can't do that." And it's just like tough.
Too late.
Too late. It's already happened. I think he was just more mad that it was closing and then this huge group rolled in.
Yeah. But I'm sure everybody tipped accordingly. I didn't have to prompt on that. So
yeah, we're usually pretty good about that in this crew.
Yeah.
But yeah, so interview. There's the interview in the meat locker, which terrifying as it is, and just to be clear, I was contestant number 1.
Yes, I to be honest, I found it interesting what was supposed to have been a random draw became an assignment.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I was told was, yeah, you were going to pick numbers in the order of when you assigned your application, when your application was sent in that order. You're going to pick numbers, and then it just got assigned based off of the presentation we were assigned. Which I don't know if that was done randomly. It sure as hell didn't feel random, and I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so all of a sudden I'm finding out I'm contestant number 1. Great. I get to go first. I get to set the bar for everyone else, which, I mean, only a little terrified. That's the only part that really made me nervous was the fact that I was setting the bar.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I'm a communicator of some sort, and usually I'm the one doing the interview, not the one being interviewed. So that was fun. There was one question that actually threw me off, and it came from Mystic Storm.
Okay.
And she's just like, and I think it's because she's also a little.
Okay.
Because she asked, "What was your favorite childhood toy?"
Okay, yeah, that's probably is because she's a little.
And I'm just sitting there going like, I don't know. Like, I'm like literally just sitting there like having flashbacks through my childhood going, I did not know I was going to therapy today. Hold on. Made the joke. They all laughed. It was good. And then I came up with, and I still have this in my closet somewhere. It's traveled with me. It is a blue teddy bear that I named Sonic that I won when I was like 3 or 4 from the Funland at Rehoboth Beach.
Oh my goodness.
At the boardwalk. I still have it. And I'm like, I guess this is a toy, but it's more of a comfort item I had as a kid. But then I'm sitting there going, actually, this makes a lot of sense because the nose and the eyes on it are very hard plastic.
Okay.
And I would whip that bear around like a weapon at my brother's. And I'm just sitting there going, you know what? This kind of explains my personality, where I'm soft and cuddly, but at the same time, I will cut a bitch if I have to. And I'm just like, we did go to therapy today. Great.
No, and that's actually a fabulous question because judges can ask anything. Everything from leather history to the pony play history, the pony titles history, your local community history, your own. How did you get involved in pony play or pony leather or
yeah, tell us about
why
your
do
pony.
You want this title? Those are all the usual suspects. But at the same time, how do you handle XYZ?
Yeah. I mean, tell us about your pony. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. We're just going to start talking and see what comes out.
Yeah.
Why do you want this title? I'm already doing the work.
Yeah.
I just want a pretty sash to go with it. I don't know. It was fun. It was really good.
I want to keep doing more. I want to add to the legacy. I want to expand the legacy. Yeah.
Right. There's so much. There's so many different directions you can go to with that. And I think that's the beauty of, like, I would love to hear what we didn't get a chance to talk after to really like post-mortem with the other contestants.
Right.
To just be
compare.
Like, what was your interview like? Like, just how'd it go? Yeah, it went fine. And me coming out going like, yeah, that was great. Let's go. I can keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I have to go change for the presentation.
Yeah, that was the time challenge there was, we got in, we got a late start on the interviews, and the 20-minute clip with, giving the judges like maybe 2 minutes to compose any final thoughts after you left the room, and for them to, collab whatever they wanted to collab. That just, if we had one more contested entry of any kind, would have completely foobarred the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
At least we would have had to have shortened everything, because there's no way that an additional 20 minutes times 3, so to speak, or 2, if you just take the interview and the presentation into account, and then another 5 minutes for your performance. No, we would have been way over time. As it was, we were being bum rushed out at the end.
And so for folks listening, usually, traditionally, this contest has taken place over the course of a weekend.
Right.
We did it in a tight 7 hours.
Yeah, very tight.
In at 12, out at 7. So in reality, the competition was in 6 hours.
Right. With the doors opening to the public at 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the interviews started in 12:30, 12:40 instead of 12:20, somewhere around there. And only because we got we got them started by 12:40 did we get the 2:00 to not be more than 15 minutes late for Anne to do her welcome speech.
Right. And thankfully, honestly, I think the other reason I probably went first was because I was dressed. Because I had shown up in full leather, and I'm like, this is what I'm wearing for my interview.
True. You were prepared.
Maybe I should have put on my bridle, my head bridle, but I don't think it was really important. But I knew like Freya wanted to be in like their very formal tack for their interview.
Right.
So it's just like, I was ready. I was dressed.
Yeah.
I was ready. Yeah. So
after, I was going to say, also being 22 degrees outside, traveling in anything other than intelligently planned apparel.
Yeah. Cut to me.
Cold.
Cut to me at my. And I was the only one who came in from work that morning. I had to work yesterday because as a musician,
right.
Church gig means money.
Exactly.
I literally was changing in my office into full leather and slipping out before the service ended.
Yeah.
Only one person rounded that corner as I was leaving, and I'm just like, oh, she won't care. It's fine. She's chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, it was close. It was close.
We crunched that time. So keeping you guys on track, keeping the judges on track.
I think that's the hardest thing, honestly, is keeping the judges on time.
Yeah. And because we all know each other from all these years and don't get to actually see each other in person as often as we'd like. And so we were all trying to catch up with each other in addition to doing the task at hand. Because I caught myself losing track of time a couple of times because I saw somebody I wanted to talk to, or I started explaining something to somebody I didn't know so that they better understand something that was happening. And I had turned off the stopwatch on my phone and lost track of, how much time was remaining. So that was the first part of the day, was the interviews, and then you all had your presentations.
Yes,
it was supposed to be 15 minutes,
with
Q&A.
No, the Q&A was supposed to be 5 minutes afterwards, is what we were told.
So that would be 20-minute slot for each of you.
Yep.
And there was no discussion between Ann and I whether we would have a timekeeper to give you a high sign like you would get, say, at a weekend conference, where you would get that 5 minutes to the end of the panel high sign at the back of the room, so that way you don't run over. Neither Ann or I discussed that, so that didn't happen. I don't know if the judges were timing independently. I timed casually, let's say. I was looking at the street time, not a stopwatch time. And you guys averaged that 15 minutes, and none of the Q&A went 5 minutes fully. One
no,
was,
and
one was a little longer, but that was just
mine
from
almost
quantity
did.
of questions. It wasn't necessarily time.
Right. Like mine almost went over, and I didn't get to ask. I didn't get to answer the last question.
Right.
More the last person didn't get to ask their question.
Right.
But yeah, these presentations, man. So, for those listening, we had less than 48 hours to come up with our presentation. We were assigned a topic that was emailed to each one of us separately. And at dinner the night before, we're all like, all right, what'd you get? What did you get? And what are you doing? Okay, great. And this is why I think some of these topics are chosen specifically for certain people. In saying that, I think Anne was really trying to challenge a few of us.
Possibly.
I think a couple of softballs were pitched to a couple of other people because it's stuff that they have done many times. But I know from my topic was coach a pony play couple, so a pony and trainer, on how to put on a presentation and a performance in a 10 by 10 foot space in a busy bar. And the reason why I think that was supposed to be challenging to me is because I am a handlerless pony, right? So I'm not someone who has regular pony play experience with a handler that is like, we're going to do a dressage show, because I am also not a dressage pony in the slightest, as evidenced by my obstacle course performance, which we will get to in a minute.
Yeah.
So I think she was actually trying to challenge a few of us in our topics.
Oh, more than likely, unlike how it used to be, where she had a fishbowl of topics and you drew it and it was really random.
That would have been fun.
Oh yeah, it was for me. I had basically the same topic both times I ran with two different trainers. The sexualization of pony pet play, and in both cases, I was running with a platonic female partner.
Yeah. My squire was a platonic friend, so like understandable. But yeah, and I'll record that topic at some point, because and now that the competition is over, thank you for the merry-go-round idea. That was fucking brilliant. And getting 3 of our local pony friends up on stage to demonstrate it, or 2 friends plus Kiso on stage to demonstrate it. I was just like,
validated my concept.
And I'm just like, as soon as I got into the building, I'm like, I need to find a stool that spins.
Yeah.
I need to find a stool and also the fact that the bar stool I found that I tried to sit on basically collapsed underneath me. I'm just like, and this is why you have to be flexible. This is why, because things stop working.
It was almost like you had planned it, because you just rolled with it. You just reacted without panic. It was great. I'm sure you were scrambling on the inside.
Honestly, no.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I was just like, oh, and I'm like, okay. And I think I fixed it, and I tried to go again, and I'm like, nope. Because I thought it was because I came at it from the side, so I tried to come at it from the front. And it was literally just to demonstrate, like, you just have someone here to weigh it down so that the pony can't, like, run off.
Right.
But yeah, I might actually record that panel again, and just because that thing, because I think it was good. I think it was brilliant.
I think it was great. Yeah.
I want to do some video. Dega and I have talked about doing some video stuff, just like some trainer videos.
Yeah.
So
I love where you went with the idea for the patio party and the pressure sprayer, the 1 gallon bug sprayer, if you will, using it with water. I hadn't thought of that one.
That actually came from work. That idea that came from when we would do outdoor festivals out on the parking lot, and we would do kids music festivals.
Mm-hmm.
I would get a couple of those sprayers, fill them with ice water,
Mm-hmm.
because this is the middle of August
Yeah.
in Virginia, so it's humid as hell. And I would walk around and just spray down the audience like you would at any music festival because it is so hot. So yeah, that's where that thought came from. I really like the question about like consenting in participation of those ideas.
Yes. Quick
Was that
answer.
Did Sasquatch ask that question? I think it was.
I think it was Sasquatch that asked that. Yeah.
I really got to find him and talk to him because he's great.
Yeah.
I think I have a new friend.
Yes. Yes.
But I loved that question because it was just like, oh, well, it's like any type of consent. It's communication. It's here's what's going you communicate. Here's what's going to happen in this panel. Sorry, my cat has just joined the chat. So it's like we have to like, it's
There's going
like
to be a
any other
splash
consent.
zone.
There's going to be welcome to SeaWorld. This is Shamu. There will be a splash zone. Please step back.
Yeah. If you don't want to be wet, it is
any
now
sort of
your
way.
responsibility.
Yes. But so the other reason why I think Anne was really trying to, and for context, Anne is the person who owns and operates the contest.
Yeah, she's considered
right
the
now.
producer. Yeah.
Yes. I think the other reason that she was trying to really get people to work hard was Freya and Adelicia's topic, which was, basically a pony play 101 for the leather community.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and they said this themselves, they are not members. They aren't like, that's not where they come from. They don't come from the leather community as like a,
right.
as what we would traditionally think of the leather community. And so I know that they felt kind of like out of their depth in that. Their presentation was good. It was solid.
Yes, it was.
So, I mean, they did a great job. But then also, like, Scarlett's presentation, she was like, I literally gave this presentation and have done this exact thing like 3 times. I'm like, great. You got a softball. Awesome. Use it to your advantage. Kiso said the same thing about theirs.
Yeah.
So it's just like, cool. Great. Awesome.
And there's a chance that Anne didn't know that.
That's true. And but the order of she wanted the presentations in a very specific order. And so that's how she decided the order of the contestants.
Okay. Yeah, I was left out in that. So, yeah.
There we go. So we did the presentations and the Q&A. That was great. Then we had the optional obstacle course.
Yes.
Which, if that was going to be on that was originally supposed to be judged, and I was going to throw an absolute fit because ableism beyond belief.
Oh,
that was going to be a judged
design
thing.
It
was too small. It was too small for any normal person.
There were too many parts to it, given the number of people who wanted to play, because it was open to everybody to participate.
It was too long.
That's why it became too long, is because there were too many movements to the whole obstacle course. And especially doing the barrel race clover backwards is significantly slower. Moving one person backwards is hard enough. Controlling a pony by their reins who's blindfolded to go backwards through that full clover leaf is, while yes, it is definitely a high skill level, it was extremely time consuming for something that needed to be a little bit shorter.
And I went, first off, this was my first blindfolded obstacle course.
Oh goodness, I had no idea.
Like, and I'm like, I'm going to be a good sportsman. I'm just going to have fun with this. Like, I'm going to participate because that's part of community engagement, which they weren't even in the room to watch.
Yeah. Of which the judges, unfortunately, were in the other. Yeah, they
They
were.
were too busy like tabulating their scores, so they didn't see any of the community
Actually,
engagement.
Ferdinand was trying to get dressed as Ferdinand, so that way they could
They
go
could
through it.
participate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was Ferdinand's favorite thing to do too, is blindfold.
Mm. Mm.
That's the hard part when you compress an event into not enough time.
Yeah. Yeah. But like as soon as I had to go backwards, I went straight into marching band, up on the toes, going backwards. I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember this. And like that was also the first time Scarlett had ever handled me. So like right beforehand, as soon as I got the bit in, she came over. She's like, okay, let's just check. She's just
how you
checking
react,
to see like how I react and everything. But like, I mean, I think if you and I had done it, I would have not have had such a hard time with it. But also, Anne set it up for Anne-sized people. Anne is 5 foot nothing
on a good day
in heels.
Yes.
With a shoe size 3.
Yeah, she's got the tiniest feet in the world.
Tiniest feet. Like she's adorable. Don't get me wrong. She is adorable, but she is tiny.
Anybody over 5'6" and a size 7 lady shoe was going to have a problem with at least 2 of the obstacles because there was not enough room.
I literally could not get my foot between the 2 pool noodles to go sideways through.
Right. Oh, you weren't the only one. There was another pony whose feet were huge, or at least the shoes were huge.
Which, I mean, thankfully the judges, the leather title holders
figured that out.
Judged that, and they're just like, oh, okay.
This is not fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, when setting up an obstacle course, you need to take in consideration not just your standing and 2-leggeds. You also have some wheeled ponies and wheeled trainers out there too. Mm-hmm. And Mystic Storm had to go through the obstacle course as a trainer because the trainer there was a little more flexibility on how the trainer could maneuver through the course versus where the pony's feet had to go through the course. Right. And so while she was in her chair, she could do that as a trainer. There was no way she could do it as a pony. Mm-hmm. Especially the sidestep between the pool noodles that were laid out. Like in a Western.
That couldn't work.
Yeah. There's no way that could have been done. So for anybody who likes to design obstacle courses, you need to take consideration into the herd and trainer pool that is coming for certain.
Right, because also Mystic Storm was one of the judges and was announced
she's
months ago, and you know how she ponies. So like, that should have been thought about,
taken into consideration, and or at least asked her if she wanted to participate, so you could then adjust it based on whether she wanted to participate or not, and in what role. But yeah, it was basically a 10 by 15, 10 by 20 pattern or perimeter for the pattern, and yes, the materials that had to be transported from Los Angeles to Baltimore had to fit in a suitcase type thing. So the obstacles all had to be small, squishable, crushable.
But honestly, she could have asked the herd locally what we had, because we would have been happy. Because I mean, this event took place of our normal on our normal meeting, right? So like we would have, I'm sure our herd would have been happy to have provided items. I
still have things I created in Tucson. Actually, I wasn't in Tucson at the time. Where was I at the time? I was in San Jose when I went to Burning Man with Anne and created some flower pot, PVC, and plaster of Paris arena stanchions that you then thread just nylon rope through to create arena. I still have that. Hold that. I take that back. It still exists. Either I have it or Trixie has it in Tucson. I'm not sure at the moment.
I know what text you're sending after this recording.
So we still have it. It's in one of our 2 houses. I just haven't had a need for it, so I haven't gone looking for it. But I could have recreated that. Would have taken me an afternoon. So,
right.
Yeah.
So the obstacle course was challenging.
Yeah.
There were some issues to it. The spirit was still there, mostly.
Yes. Oh,
It's definitely fun. It was really what I really actually got to enjoy. I was talking to Jason Elliott, Mr. Mid Atlantic Leather, afterwards. It was actually while Dega was doing their performance later, but being able to like talk about some of the ponies who were in the room and kind of give him like a quick like rundown of like, okay, who's here type of thing. And just like talking about like the spirit of it all. And I'm just like, yeah, so that's Pony Dega. The head harness I have, these hooves, that hood, those are all crafted by her.
Oh yeah, pointing out different people wearing what. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, and he was like commenting on like how great Dega's hood is, and I'm like, yeah, and so it's actually designed so it can do this, this, and this, and just being able to talk about our community and like how we are a community of crafters in order to do what we do, and being able to explain it to someone who's experiencing it all for the first time.
Yes.
And they got to be a judge for the obstacle course, which he was not expecting to happen. He goes like, of course I got pulled in. I'm like, girl, you wanted to get pulled in. Like,
you knew something like that's bound to happen if you walk in wearing a sash from another event.
You wear that sash for attention.
Yep.
We know.
Yep.
And he loves it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So after the obstacle course was the freestyle
performances.
Thank you. Freestyle
which
performances
were judged for you guys, for the 4 teams, for your title points, and then it was also judged as a show. So
right.
non-title competitors could also perform, and that's where Dega shown was a fabulous show.
Always. Dega is such a show pony
in
the best way.
Her musicality is unbelievable for somebody who's like, that is not what I practiced. And I'm like, I couldn't have told you that. You were on beat. You matched the music. You matched the energy.
Marching band kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know your gates. You know how to shift. And you know the power of a charge to the judges stand and hit the final note, which was, are you going to run them over or not?
It's a good thing my jousting target was on that end.
Yeah.
That worked well. I'm only mad at myself that we were so efficient, and I think I forgot a run that my music went over.
Yeah, you finished before the music.
I finished, yeah. So it went a little bit longer than I expected, and also I added padding just because I wasn't sure. Because like the first 2 minutes was for the squire to get the armor on me,
right?
And he had gotten, I think he had adrenaline running or something, that because he was done a minute and a half in, and I'm just you could hear me. I don't know if people could hear me, but I was telling him, take your time. We have I was literally saying through the hood. Take your time. We have time. Fuss around a bit.
Yeah.
Do something with my mane. Do something. Like, we have time. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I know he could hear me, so that was good because he did
I could tell you were communicating, but I could not hear you.
That's good. Communication is good.
Yes.
That's a very good thing.
Yeah. Pony and trainer.
Just like you've got loads of time. Take your time. Get the mane out of my eye so I can see, like, because I'm about to. As soon as this song is done and the next one starts, I go straight forward and go into a trot.
Yeah.
Right. I also forgot how loud that armor was when you trot in it.
But it's impressive. It's impressive.
It was fun. It was definitely worth it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
free
had to be either first or last with that particular performance because of the finale of stabbing your
target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, if it didn't go in the first time, I was going to grab it, hold it, and then do it again and really go for it. But I am so glad it went first time.
Yes, I understand.
Especially after how long it took to inflate those damn things. Oh, God. Oh, my God. The funniest thing happened afterwards. So my vanilla friends were helping us pack up because we had to get out.
Yeah.
And they're like, can we do anything? I'm like, can you deflate these things? The last two that were standing. My friend accidentally unplugs the water hole on the bottom and just starts like gushing water out into the house.
No. Oh, the ballast. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh, my gosh. She's like trying to hold it in.
Oh.
And we're just like, oh, shit. And I'm like, honestly, not the worst thing that the couch has seen.
True. So true.
Not the worst thing that couch has seen. Just grab their paper towels behind you. Just plug it up.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, man. Yeah. No, I was honestly worried about my performance in that the entire time I thought it wasn't technical enough, but by the time we had gotten to the show, I was very much of the mind of the judges know what they're looking for. They know they have a vision of who they want to win, not who is going to win, but a vision of what they're looking for to be the title holder. And honestly, the show is just to show your pony spirit.
Yeah.
There is no technical portion to the title, which I really appreciate. In a pony show where it's a dressage show, absolutely. That's where those kind of competitions should be.
That's when you are given a pattern to follow or told you must perform these following steps. Think ice skating and the compulsory routine that doesn't get done anymore.
Right.
So you have to do your figure eights and stuff. No, there's a reason why it is called freestyle now. And it's kind of a steal from the actual equestrian world where the freestyle dressage is now done to music. And there's, again, no compulsory moves required other than the dressage moves because it is freestyle dressage. And the musical choices are entirely up to, rider, their trainer, and maybe
the horse decides. The horse decides the music.
Sometimes when you see these horses perform, you think they did decide. When you go to YouTube and pull up some of these, even these older videos when they first started doing it, and the way the horses are in time with the music, and they're making the changes, and good dressage, you never see the cues, but you feel like the horse is just taking the rider for a ride. It's a dance, and so so for pony play, having it as a freestyle, so that way the different types of ponies can showcase them. And so you as the war horse, Kiso as the Arabian, when the case of Madame Scarlet as a handler, taking and Tromper through more of a Western style routine rather than an English style routine. And I'm going to, from what I know, we talked beforehand, what Adalisa and Freya had done was more of a transformation from wild pony to trained pony.
Pet Emily recorded it for them.
Oh, excellent. So we will get a chance to see it.
I'm pretty sure Courtney Joe has already seen it. So I think it's in one of the Telegram chats. When you find it, send it to me because I'd like to see it too, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
Because as we both know, you were out and
I was out dealing with Kiso.
I was out dehydrating, trying to rehydrate.
Right.
So I would love to see that.
Yeah.
So we all performed. We did the thing.
Yep.
We did the thing. I'm glad I went first as well, mainly because I had the most props that had to be put out.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even get to catch half of the end of the of the obstacle course because we went from the obstacle course straight in to the show. And of course, it took forever to figure out, okay, where are the actual boundaries here?
Right.
Because I'm just like, I need to know where the end is because don't you lose points if you go out?
Yeah.
So I need to
Technically,
know
you
where that
should. Yep.
I need to know where that far boundary is because I'm literally
And
charging at it.
don't ask me why my brain finally clicked. We had pool noodles we could use for that end boundary. I was like,
Yeah,
the chairs holding space. I'm like, no, I cannot picture an invisible line, and you're in a hood, and I wasn't sure if Trumper was going to be open face or in a hood, and
right.
I was like, no, we needed a hard line, so we knew what that line was. So the
And
pool
I really
noodles left over
appreciated
from the
that.
obstacle course was like done. I was like, Emily, help me.
Yeah,
Emily,
because
the title holder, just stepped down.
when me and my squire practiced, we used those cones that I used for my presentation.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, that was difficult. But like, I was very, very much aware of like, do not go out.
Yeah.
Do not go out of your bounds. And so
Yeah.
we really we played with the length of that charge for the joust so much to make sure that I could get full steps in. So it wasn't like a 3.5 step gallop. It was
Yeah.
a four. It
Your
was a
full
four
stride. Yeah.
I had a full 4-step stride to get through, and that's why we ended up tilting it on its angle so that I
No,
could
that
get the
was
so I could get the
genius.
diagonal.
Yeah.
Because originally it was just straight down and back, and then I went, this isn't long enough.
No, but the diagonal also allowed more people to see you
Yeah, because also that's
because
where the
of the way
crowd
the
was. The
room was
crowd
set
was
up
at
and where people were
the
sitting.
end. Yeah. Well, also the size of the arena changed in like the last week.
Yeah.
So Kiso had asked and found out it was like 20 by 35. Great. Then this week we found out it was 20 by 30. And I'm like, okay, that 5 feet does make a difference. It really does make a difference in how much space we have. So yeah, that's why I decided to do that. If I had known what side the crowd was on, I may have, well, no, I was going to say I might have changed it so that the stab was on the other side. But actually, I think it worked better because I wasn't, the object wasn't blocking me for the stab. So I'm going to have to recreate that at some point and get it recorded.
Yeah.
And make the couple of the charges a little bit
Bigger.
more interesting. Yeah, bigger, more space.
Yeah.
I need to work on my sword work, honestly. But the spirit was there.
It
It was
was.
willing.
It was. It was very much Warhorse.
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
I honestly, if I had my way and space, I would have been pulling a chariot
Yeah.
and with
And
another.
we had somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we would have done that. Which that's my next project is building a chariot. I think figuring that one out. How am I going to build that so it folds up underneath the bedroom, underneath the bed?
We'll talk offline.
Yeah, we've got some idea. That reminds
Because
me, we
I
still
know
have to.
of the one chariot that is out there.
I'm thinking PVC this time.
I will tell you, axe handles were used for the poles in the chariot that was built for Anne. And they used wheels that were too small.
I see. Well, I'm also thinking like for parades, I think a chariot would be more fun because then
It
whoever's
was.
I'm thinking like when I originally was thinking about this, it was when we were talking about drag queens, and us going with the drag queens, so that they could stand on the chariot and do their thing as I was pulling. You know,
Hunger Games.
very Hunger Games. Yes, absolutely. I digress.
Sorry.
It's okay. We will. Yes, you and I have a lot of tutorials that we need to put out and work on because we've been crafting a lot.
Yes.
On a couple of different things. And I think that's some community resources that need to exist out there because people keep asking me about things. We also need video of my cart and how that all works because the only photos we have that are out there right now are with the tack box on it.
The ones we took for for you. Yeah.
Yes. And so people are like, wait, where's the seat? I'm like, it folds. It's underneath the tack box. It's great. I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, still digressing. Back to topic. So after the freestyle, we all had to put together baskets for the travel fund.
Right.
And they
were
got
all
sold.
different, but very similar.
Because the easiest thing to do is to do a self-care basket. Because when you hear gift basket, what do you think? Self-care.
Yes.
Not going to lie, I'm going to go order myself a set of those grooming tools for myself.
Okay.
Because A, they were not expensive. B, they looked great.
Yeah.
C, I want that like squeegee slicker, slicker brush.
So that's a de-shedder and sweat scraper.
Yeah, but imagine that with some silicone lube on the end of it over latex.
On you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On skin,
no.
That one would be wicked.
That would hurt, but over rubber, that would feel amazing.
Probably, yes.
Yeah. There were a couple of things like that. I'm like, that would feel really good over rubber.
And the other, a lot of the other tools are definitely do feel good as massage tools. It's just the metal teeth on that de-shedder sweat scraper are.
That one was plastic.
Was it plastic? I didn't feel it.
The teeth were plastic.
Sasquatch and I were going back and forth. Do you need it? I don't need it. I already have what I want. And I'm like, Sasquatch, you're going to find another pony and you're going to gift this to that pony. You're going to be you're going to be the fairy pony godfather.
Oh, I want him to be my godfather. I was so excited that he was so excited about the basket, honestly. Like, that's what made me, I was just like, wait, have we met before? Like, why are you so excited about this? I want to know.
Oh my gosh. Worlds collide. That's all.
So many worlds collide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My Venn diagram of life is quickly becoming a circle.
Yes.
Which I'm not super mad about because it makes keeping secrets very easy or not as important.
It makes them not important.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, side note, but like, when your worlds collide like that, you're able to live authentically in all of your spaces.
Yes.
And there is something so freeing about that. That like at some point I'm gonna have to like tell my orchestra crew at some point that when these worlds collide, it's like, yeah, I know this person from my other life, et cetera, et cetera. Which, like, I've already gotten pinged by a couple of them being like, what
else do you do?
If people find out, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm at that point in my life of like, and also the people who I work with are sensitive enough that they aren't going to go like use that as blackmail.
Yeah. And I would say you're probably like me, with regards to what you do in each of these worlds. You're not ashamed of any of it.
Right.
It's, at one point, I mean, my mom, bless her soul, asked me at one point regarding when I was doing I referred to it casually as plus size erotic modeling. That way it kind of covered nudity or not. And she was like, would I be proud of the pictures you are taking? I'm like, well, I would think so, because I'm never crying. I'm not being degraded. I want to be proud of the pictures I'm taking. I want to feel like I want to show them to somebody. I never want to be humiliated or feel like somebody is thinking I'm being humiliated or something to that effect, as an example.
Right.
So if somebody thinks they're going to be able to hold that against me, I want to know why they think they have to hold it against me. Why are they being creeped out by it? Why are they feeling guilty for being where they shouldn't be? If that's their problem, it's their problem. It's not mine. I'm where I want to be in that space.
Yeah.
So So yeah, I would love it if my last world would like open up a little bit more, so that way it would be fully overlapped Venn diagram. But being a state employee makes it a little difficult.
Absolutely. I really like the way you said that, though. I'm not humiliated by this, but you are humiliated in seeing this. Why are you even in that space? Right?
Yeah.
Like, the only people I'm worried about disappointing are my parents. And honestly, that ship has sailed 10 years ago when I came out to them. So, like, we are past that.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like, I'm proud of what I do. And I don't put anything out there that I would not be, I would be ashamed of people seeing. And honestly, the only thing that I would be uncomfortable with people seeing is behind a paywall. So,
so yeah.
What? I think if you want to see my penis, you should pay me $5. That's just the way it is.
Exactly. You know, and
it's either that or I'm changing at the crucible. Why are you staring at me? Yes, I know I'm attractive, but like, why are you staring at me? honestly, funniest thing.
Yeah.
And we will get back on topic in a minute, I promise. But as soon as Anne realized who I was, she's just like, you are so handsome. I never knew this. You're always under that hood. And I'm just like, oh, honey, I know. I'm aware of this. God has made me gay because otherwise I would have been too powerful. Because I am so attractive to straight women who are over the age of 40. Like,
yeah, I have stories that I am not telling right now.
Just like, God had to make me gay, otherwise too much power.
Yes, but this is referring to her comment to you.
Yes, but also reflecting on other people, not you, other people in my life where I've realized that this is also an issue. And I'm just like, okay. And like, I've had people message me on Facebook or on Instagram. I don't do kinky Facebook. That's too close to parents. There's just no way.
Yeah.
They will find out somehow.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, people are like, you never show your face. And I'm just like, no, I do. It's just usually in stories or elsewhere. And it's to people I trust. Right.
Yeah.
But if it's a picture that someone else has taken and it's posted of me and tagged me in it, I'm not going to have them take it down. Like, if you go through my tagged photos on Instagram, you'll find my face. If you go through my tagged photos on FetLife, you'll find my face because they just posted a picture from this weekend of all the competitors. And except for my freestyle performance, I was open faced the entire time.
Right.
Because, like you said, I'm not ashamed of what I do.
Right.
I mean, fuck it. I'm actually pretty good at what I do, so I'm not ashamed of it. I know my limitations, but like,
yep.
Yeah. So anyway, so we auctioned off the baskets. And then we had the awards.
And what was really cool was we had a couple of non-contestant ponies win second and third for the obstacle course. And we had Daga sneak in there with her performance piece for second place.
Yep. And I know that the second and third place for the obstacle course, I'm pretty sure were participants and not competitors as well. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they were even non-photo attendees.
Yeah. So like, people are like,
don't even have photo proof of this.
Yeah.
But they did fabulously through there, and they were ponies I didn't recognize. I don't know them, and I didn't
get a chance to go talk to them.
No, because we were kind of like time crunch.
Right, and I'm like, because you and I were standing next to each other for the awards, because I'm just like, who am I going to stand next to during this? Obviously, right. Tinny.
Yeah.
big sister Tinny, who has secretly been training me for the last 6 months. Between you and Dega,
Yeah.
and you and I were both commenting on that one pony who had that beautiful hood. That was the same color as his hoodie.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Like that's the color red I'm probably gonna switch over my polo wraps to, is that dark maroon.
The dark maroon, oxblood kinda.
Instead of that really bright red I have right now.
Yeah.
Because I want to upgrade those from the felt to like the more waffle cut kind of ones. But oh man, I loved seeing people from the community who were not competing for the title to not only participate in the show, but also place in the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just like, it strengthens that idea that community is so important to us.
One, it's so important, and two, the community is that good. We are uplifting and we are supporting everybody on an average day. So that way, when it's a big deal day, everybody's at their best.
Exactly. And that was fully on show, like when the title holders were announced. Because yes, you like, as someone who got runner up, you know, yes, I was like very much forcing a smile because I'm just like, wait, what happened? Because there is that disappointment of, you've worked 6 months towards this and you came so close, but just not close, just not quite there. But you're also just the eruption of joy when the winners were announced from everybody. It's just like the community celebrates.
Yes.
And just the fact that all of us were qualified to win.
Yes.
The community celebrates.
Oh, that was, I'm not going to say a first, because I'm sure there are other contests where that has happened. Not just the pony, where the contestants were that qualified. But it feels like that was a first in a long time for the pony community to have everybody be 80% and better.
Yeah. And like, we all were very much like, the judges are screwed. They're going to have such a hard time, to the point where Tromper ran into Mystic Storm at an event. There was a leather event in Baltimore on Saturday.
Right. There was a fundraiser.
That they had all gone to, that Tromper and Scarlett went to. I was busy with something down here in DC. But Tromper had run into Mystic Storm there. It was just like, so you guys excited about tomorrow? And Mystic was just like, full well going, like, this is going, they all knew how difficult it was going to be.
Yeah.
And the reason why, and I still think I should have gotten extra points for this, is because they used the interviews I had done with all of the competitors as a pre-screening.
As a primer, yeah.
I'm just like, there's your community engagement. Yeah. I'm not bitter. I'm a little bitter. I'm not bitter. It's we're an hour and a half in. The filter is gone. But no, it's good. Everything is good. But anyway, as you were definitely the time wrangler yesterday, unlike today's podcast episode. So as someone who has had to wrangle contestants, wrangle judges, wrangle a producer who is, God love her, but known for running over time on everything and running late for everything. What would you suggest to other people in that role? Because it is an incredibly important role. Because even though Anne was hosting, you were running the show.
Yeah. And I would say back in the day when I was competing, that was Raven Dark Knights taking the role that I served and making certain that the show must go on and the show must go on time. And that was part of what I was trying to channel, is Raven's cool and calm collectedness, as well as knowing the moving parts. First and foremost, I failed myself by not bringing blank paper to go with the clipboard that was in my backpack. And tried to utilize my cell phone's notepad feature instead to try to track things. Fortunately, 4 teams, you guys didn't change. You didn't rotate pattern. You were always 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I've seen other contests where they rotate or they flip orders or they interweave.
That would just be mean.
Well, part of that's because there's so many entries. Like with International Olympus Leather, when they have 12 entries, because the regionals are all there to compete for the final title, and they've got a Mr., a Ms., and a Mix all happening. You run, and you're running on stage Q&A and a performance. So what you end up doing is, because performances needs setup time, is you pull the curtain and you have the Q&A happen in front of the curtain. So you have half the group doing Q&A and half the group doing performance. And as soon as you come off stage, you are preparing yourself for whatever the other is. So the odd numbers are doing performance and the even numbers are doing Q&A. So you literally need the piece of paper and to check off where are you at and the timestamp and making and the stopwatch going to make certain you're staying on time, because Q&A is 5 minutes. Your performance, your fantasy, as most of those contests refer to it as, runs about 5 minutes. And so while the Q&A is happening, there's a 5-minute reset happening behind the curtain for any props. I call them flying monkeys, having extra helpers who are volunteers that you can literally say, go fetch and carry.
Was that Finn?
Huh?
Was that Finn this time? Is that his name in Baltimore?
I thought it was Jeremy.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
He
was so lovely.
And I just started, saying, do this, do that. He was part of the Littles troupe that came in as extra help. And so he was kind of like delegated to me. I'm like, great. I was not expecting this. And so,
because I thought he was on staff at the Playhouse at first. So I'm just like, hey, do you have this? And he's like, I don't work here, but I will find it. What do you need?
Right. And so he needed to be my flying monkey and go take this to Anne. I don't have time to walk that far. Or to go tell Anne this, which I undertold her the time, knowing she was going to overrun it. How much time we were, the
like I said, you had to handle everybody there.
Yeah, somebody needs to be the timekeeper. So that way, when your venue says you are out at 7, you are out at 7. We were not out at 7. We were close. We were very close.
I was out by 7. You were out by 7.
Out by 7.
I sent my friends, my vanilla friends. I'm like, Freya and Adelasia were taking pictures, so they really had to rush to get out. And I'm like, I have 2 bodies here who can help you move things. What do you need?
Yeah.
And they're just like, body 1, body 2. What do you need? Yeah. Literally what they said. And I'm just like, thank you guys. Me and Squire will get my stuff out. Yeah. Help them, please.
But yes, getting out the door by 7. If I had known a few other things beforehand, regarding how hard a stop that 7 was, I would have been pushing for a 6:45 hard stop, so we would have had a cushion. That, as that's being more in communication with your producer earlier on, unfortunately, due to my family life and my own personal health, I was not in communication with Anne very much. But she had also published her timeline early on with not a lot of cushion in it to begin with.
Yeah, and I will say we getting in took some time.
Took a little more time than she accounted for.
Even though, we actually got into the building early.
We did. What she didn't account for was how long it was going to take to have people sign paperwork. because
IDs
lack
checked.
of and ID checks and check in and pay if they hadn't paid. And the fact that the venue was following their own rules, that you weren't going to get past the entry lobby without that being completed. So there was no like, let's make some room for everybody by spilling into the function space while you still fill things out and come back to the lobby and finish it paperwork.
Right.
Even though everybody who was there at the early time frame was obviously not the quote public. So it was a controlled number of individuals. I don't know when the last time an event like this was held at the Playhouse, so I'm not sure the familiarity with managing that in that specific space. Though I do know the people who run the Playhouse and own the Playhouse are familiar with title events.
Right.
So knowing your space's restrictions and whatnot, knowing how that information is being communicated to the space's staff as well as to the renter of the space. So there was a breakdown in that level of communication. So we had issues regarding technology / phones
phone
being out.
use. Yeah, phone use, pictures.
Because we weren't using phones as phones. We were using phones in my case, as a stopwatch, to check the clock, because there are places in the venue where the 10-inch clock cannot be seen. Like in one place, I was standing behind a pillar and I could not see through the pillar to the clock. And the clocks are not always accurate, having been in that venue when the batteries have been dead. Or the time hasn't been changed because the time has changed. Let's see. So yes, having a notepad, an actual stopwatch if you're trying to time things, confirming whether or not the presentations that are supposed to be timed or presented within a time limit, whether or not the producer and the judges are expecting there to be a timekeeper giving a 5-minute warning or a cutoff time signal, or are the contestants expected to know they are done, that they've done 15 minutes? Because both of those are valuable things to know. Because I've been in and I've gone to conferences where, yes, there's somebody walks into the back of the room and waves the high sign, hey, you got 5 minutes left. I've also been at conferences where that doesn't happen.
And they just cut you off. You're done.
They either cut you off, or there's an expectation that you're going to be done, or you finish early. And
which
they don't
I almost did.
Right. And, then what?
I'm just here to save us time, man. I'm trying to get us back on time.
Right.
That's what I was doing.
Right. And then the follow-up 5-minute Q&A. So is it 5 minutes, or is it all the questions, or, is it 10 questions to 5 minutes, that sort of thing? Because, sometimes there's no questions, and that's really not fair to a contestant if there are no questions. So you need to have somebody planted with questions to ask. That's not the producer and not the judges. And there are some rather straightforward, simple, canned type questions that can be asked of every contestant, depending on the contest. In our event, it's like our contestant is like, how did you pick your pony type, or how did you pick your trainer type? Why are you an English style or a Western style trainer?
Yeah, which was not expecting Dega to ask that at all.
Yeah,
people were asking stuff about the.
I did not set that one up, but yeah,
which is fine.
Right.
But also, they only asked me that question.
Right, and then I didn't, and then I would have loved it if Dagan had asked that the rest of the way through. It didn't happen. So yeah,
okay.
Some consistency in your Q&A if it's about the contestant, if it's supposed to be about the presentation that was done, you've got to have somebody who's your
Paying attention.
designated question asker or an MC asking questions off based on that presentation. So that way you fill 5 minutes of Q&A, because it's not fair to the contestant if their Q&A doesn't fill the allotted time.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I kind of hate the fact that, and this is just a Playhouse thing, I didn't like the setup. When I say that, I mean, I didn't like the stage.
Being that high up?
Well, not even that. I didn't think, I would have preferred that we had the same performance space, the same arena for the whole thing. So we would have done our presentations like on the floor where we did our freestyle performance. Because I also think that would have made seating a little bit easier. Like we weren't shifting seating all the time.
Yes.
You know?
And that would have saved us time.
I would have also done the obstacle. If that was what we had done, I would have then also done the obstacle course before the presentations. So that then you can clear the obstacle course and have space for the presentations. And then that way you knew how much time was going to be between your presentation and when you were going to do your freestyle.
Yeah.
Because that, I didn't know how much time I was going to have.
Nope.
Before having to do freestyle, because I was first and I didn't know how many people were just going to do the obstacle course for funsies.
Right.
So like we were right. So like me and Squire had to be like, we were ready to go really early because we didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
I just knew that we were going to go straight from obstacle into freestyle because of the time of where we were. But also I just like the idea of like, you have your show ring and that is just where everything is. Now, did I play off the joke with a 3-foot high stage? Hell yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, it ran.
That became the run. That was the whole running joke. Thank you very much.
Yes. The other problem I have with a really compressed schedule of you guys being there for 7 hours is you did not have a meal break in there. You had to graze.
Yes.
And that is
that
hard
only
to
works for some of us.
For some people who are diabetic or on a controlled diet, etc., medication. It was 10:30, 10:45 last night when I finally took medication I was supposed to have taken at 9, because it dawned on me when I was parked halfway home or 3/4 of the way home that oh yeah, I need to take this still. So yeah, that was the blessing when we had Friday night for a little bit of some of this and being able to start earlier in the day with the judges Q&A. We started at 9 a.m. with Q&A. And then there was a lunch break, and then there was the presentations, and then there was a dinner break, and then there was the pony show, and then there was the awards.
And so that's why it used to be done during Equus.
Correct. Because if you were not interested in, during the 9 a.m. Q&A stuff, there was a presenter doing a panel because the contestants were all tied up with the judges. So that kept all the other ponies busy. And then there was the arena, which was open play, basically. Open practice and whatnot. And then because each of our talks were assigned Friday night, we had barely 24 hours to come up with our 15-minute presentation. And like I said, that was random draw. But because it was seated in a ballroom at a hotel with the typical go to a conference and there's a rows and rows of chairs and space for a talking head set up, it came across like that hour and a half for the 4 of us to give our presentations versus barely an hour for you guys, which wasn't enough because you needed an hour and a half. Because 15 plus 5 times 4.
Yeah. I as someone who does event producing, I have thoughts, and I also think that, like I said, we are in a resurgence of the pony play community right now. I feel like a lot of the old guard have kind of fallen away from it a little bit, and we're getting a lot of new young blood in. So I imagine that in the next 5 to 10 years, a lot is going to change.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see the growth. I'm excited to be part of the growth. I'm hoping that it is done in a way that is sustainable. And like I said before we started, now that I'm not running for a title, I'm going to be very opinionated about that growth because I can be now. Season 2 is going to be a hell of a ride on this podcast.
Like season 2 of Stranger Things went sideways.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now I'm not afraid of like offending someone who is producing a title that I want that to use as a platform. Because if there's anything I've learned out of this experience of competing for the title, actually, there are a couple of things. One is, and I don't say any of this to like try and make myself like be vain or anything, but I have come to realize I am a solid pillar of this community at this point. And this experience has validated that for me, that what was at one point imposter syndrome is not there anymore.
I am pleased to hear that. It was therapy yesterday.
It was therapy. Yesterday was therapy. I am an important figure in the pony play community.
You are.
I'm a known figure in the pony play community to the point where people who I had never met before were coming up to me yesterday going, "Hi, I really love your podcast."
Excellent. I'm glad.
I'm just like, it was weird. It was great. It was weird. And so it's kind of like what Jason Elliott had talked to me about yesterday and this morning. It's just, and what he had said in his podcast is, just go and do the thing. You don't need a title to do the thing. I have a platform. I have a voice. And that voice is, in fact, being heard beyond, not just in the pony play community, but also beyond it.
Right.
And even though I didn't win the title, I feel like I am an ambassador for pony play into the gay leather communities because I'm the person who is out there doing the work, doing the connection. And I'm the ambassador into like from the pony play community into the gear fetish communities.
Yeah.
Which God love them, but there needs to be some guidance in that area for folks who are buying pony gear and then not participating in pony play. And there will be a rant at some point about that in season 2. But it's just like, yeah, I have a voice. I am the pony prince. Like, this is where I am and this is where I belong. And I'm no longer afraid of using my voice to make my opinions, thoughts be heard that I think will further this community.
And that will be valued by the current and future generations. And I hope some of our older generation will see it and appreciate it.
I do too.
Because I count myself kind of that older generation because I'm kind of the transition generation.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I think it's because I'm that younger generation. I think that may be one of the reasons why I didn't score as high as I could have or as I thought I was going to. And that's fine. That's fine. It may just not be my time.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Will I compete again? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see.
We don't know what the next year will bring.
Exactly.
Or the year after that. Years. Right.
Exactly. But that's all to say. I would not trade this experience for anything.
I've heard that from pretty much everybody I have rubbed elbows with in any of the title contests. Even in hindsight, it's like it's a memory and an experience that they have had, and they made friends. They learned a lot about themselves. They learned limits. They learned growth. And can apply it to so many parts of their lives. It's never a bad thing to push your limits. And I'm glad you did, because I know it was, there was a little bit of scariness in the beginning of the, oh my God, I'm running for this? What am I thinking?
Yeah. It's been great. And I wish Freya and Adelasia all the luck and best over the next year.
Yep.
And if they need anything, I am here.
Absolutely same as their grandparent.
And I know at some point, Freya and I will be team pooling Adelasia through something.
God, I hope so, with her beautiful marathon carriage.
Her marathon carriage. I'm going to go get some bells for Freya somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, well, that maker, it's just 45 minutes away. Hey, I need another one of these, please.
Yes.
So, like...
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We should do that for Pride.
Yeah. And we need a banner for the cart, for the carriage.
Oh, that's easy. We can do that.
Oh, I know it's easy to do.
But I don't want to take away from Freya being like, North American Pony if we're team pooling,
I understand. Freya can wear the sash, the mantle.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
This is happening, though.
This is happening. The two of us and them can figure this out.
This is happening.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Anyway, this has been a very, very long episode of Straight from the Horse's Mouth, as it always happens when me and Tindala start talking. Let me tell you, we talked for an hour and a half before we started recording. So,
yeah.
And we spent all day together yesterday. So,
yeah.
This is what happens. If you liked this and want to hear more, which I don't know why you would after this, hit that subscribe button and come back next week. We've got one more episode this season, and then we're taking a break. I keep saying we as if there are multiple people doing this. I'm doing one more episode this season, and then I'm taking a break for the holidays, and I've got a conference for work coming up. So new episodes will start up end of January, probably. So anyway, thanks for listening.